Hello, I'm Penny Gamble Williams, and welcome to my studio. I'm a visual artist. I love working with various materials. I was asked by my really good friend, Elaine Bond Hyman. She wanted me to illustrate, be creative for her book cover. And she asked me to read one of her poems, Testimony of Trees. And when I read it, I felt all kinds of things within me. And I said, oh my gosh, I can feel the trees. I understand this poem so well. And I spend a lot of time outside and walking through the woods and really looking at trees. And so I made a lot of trees, drew a lot of trees, and finally, this was the result. A testimony of trees. Trees have life. They've seen a lot. They've felt a lot. They communicate. You know, when you see their limbs stretched out towards the sun and the moon, it's a living testimony. And this is of the sunrise, promise of a new day. And so that's what this symbolizes. Some other things that I love doing line drawings. The intricacy of making these lines and just letting my hand just flow. Sometimes things are planned and sometimes they're not. And I always like that, that element of surprise. I also make cards. And I love working with this wonderful paper. And these are some of the cards. They're generally abstract, mini paintings. That's my bird Spike in the background. He's always excited when I'm down here doing work. He's a yellow nape parrot. I also have created, I call them my scarf ladies. And I love the intricacy of making these little leaves and sometimes floral parts of flowers. A lot of times I've done these in color and I filled in everything, but I just really like creating these profiles of these women wearing elaborate headscarves. And there are some others that I have created over here. This one in particular. This is another one where I have a profile of a woman, and you know, she has various things around her neck and part of her clothing, but she's surrounded by all kinds of shapes and forms and lots of things happening, but it's kind of in a format that has some realism and some abstract, and you know, I like to look at it and I see so many other things after I've created it. And that's the joy of working with black and white. You can do so many things with it. And I always have elements of the natural, the corn, bean, and squash. My heritage, I'm Chappaquiddick Wampanoag, the people from Massachusetts, that little tiny island, and African American. And I like to incorporate the cultures, and kind of play around with it when I create, because it's always with me. It's a part of who I am. And I've been doing art since I was a little kid, many moons ago. My mother was an artist, and so I used to pay attention to the things that she did. And sometimes she would show me, or sometimes she would just say, sit and watch. And I would try it. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I would never give up or get frustrated. And then I would just create something that I felt good about and move on to something else. Well, I want to thank you for joining me in my studio. I hope to see you all at some point. Stay tuned for my work. You can find me on moonwoman7.com. Thank you.